Good morning, precious. How you doing, baby? I really mean it. How you doing? Happy, what's today? Friday. And today on Coffee and Conversation with your girl, Shakenya. When you get a minute, go to that YouTube channel, Coffee and Conversation with Shakenya, and hit subscribe. It's free for now. Yep. Look at some of the videos on your lunch break. You ain't doing nothing else, right? And if you see any one of them that you like, please just hit share. You only got to share one. Now, if you go through the list in the category and you happen to to see more than one video that tickled your fancy, you gotta do me a solid and share that one too. You got to, right? Because if you don't, that mean you fake. Yeah, you fake, and that mean you a hater. Period. Ain't no other way to look at it. You saw the video, you liked the video, you went in for a couple more, and then I'm asking you to share. I'm practically begging you. Hey, Cynthia. I ain't talking to you, Cynthia. Shout out to Flint, Michigan. Cynthia always share my stuff. Cynthia, you done racked up so many points that if you don't never ever share another video, I'll be okay. You still my girl, right? Because you show me so much love. Oh, Cynthia, I be going through my little things to see who do support me, and you be having me on other platforms and stuff. Like, man, I'm getting misty. I love you, right? So yeah, guys, share my stuff. Quit playing with me. I'm trying to be famous for real, like in real life, like right now, right? And then get a copy of my book. I want to see it at your book clubs. Yep, I want y'all to read it. Y'all might, women of color, you might resonate with this book. Yeah, you might be a couple things that I did in my childhood, my young adult life, or even in my adult life, that you might be able to be like, damn, I went through that too, Shakenya. Damn, right? And then how did you turn out? Did you come out on the other side? Are you okay, right? If you were touched inappropriately by an adult and you were a child, I talk about that. It happened to me too. Yep. I'm okay. Yep, I'm okay. I'm a little overprotective of my children, I think, but I'm not, right? Meaning I talk to them about sex early, a little bit, right? Good touch, bad touch, right? I was on them about making sure they felt comfortable about talking to me if anybody ever made them feel uncomfortable or if anybody touched them inappropriately, right? I let them know that mama will handle that because you shouldn't be subjected to anything like that. No grown person should be touching you here or here, right? No grown person should be telling you to keep secrets from me, right? So, yeah, I talked about that here. If you had a parent that was on drugs, I talk about that in the book. It's just if you grew up in the hood, if you played till the street lights came on, if your parent had to do the countdown to 10, if you wasn't there, you was gonna get. Yeah, it's a lot that I talk about in this book that you might resonate with you. So get you a copy. You can get it from lulupublishing.com. You can get it from Amazon, and you can get it from Urban City Publishing. More platforms to come. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna rush, but I ain't gonna rush. Right? I want y'all to have full understanding when it comes to this parenting thing, this co-parenting thing, getting along with your ex, right? So we are raising our daughters. I would label this 87, I guess. I wasn't, but I guess I can, but not really. But we're in a series, right? I'm gonna age the girls next week, I promise, right? Because I think I done covered just about everything. We're going to continue with the manipulation tips that Dad was using, right? Or could have possibly used, right? Because I still don't know. We're going to pause a little bit, maybe. I don't know. We're just going to roll with the flow this morning. How about that? like I said, I don't know exactly what he was doing other than a couple things that I did tell you and confirm that I know for sure, right? A few of them. It wasn't all 30. I swear it wasn't all 30. Couple of them I think he made up. Right? But something had to be used for it to be such a disconnect, because there has been no contact, right? I talk to my other kids every day, right? And have since they came out, right? So it's like, fix it, Jesus. Fix it. If he didn't use all 30, he had to use at least 20 of them, right? And they had to have been used consecutively all the time, right? Do you know how hard it is to separate a child from their mother? Yep. That little bachelor's degree I got on the wall allowed me to work in different capacities, right? When it comes to human service work, right? So I've been in situations where children were removed from their parents through CPS because of abuse or neglect, right? So to hear a child screaming and kicking and screaming while you're trying to remove them and peel them off of their mom, who's out of it, don't even know what's going on, right? But just to hear it, like you hear those screams days later. At least I did, right? Fix it, Jesus. So to know that a child of mine just left, right? No, nothing. No note. I didn't even get a note, a dear mom letter. Nothing. I got nothing. I got nothing, as if I did nothing. Right? Fix it. Jesus, fix it. So for me to be so active in my children's lives, to be so involved, right, for so long, right, fix it. Jesus, with all the kids, all of them, all 5, right, meaning events, games, soccer matches, karate, t-ball, cheer, volleyball, basketball, you name it, I'm there, I'm in the house, right? Fix it, Jesus, fix it. Yeah. So for 6 years, no contact, nothing, as if I did nothing. Is wild. So just the tips that we have talked about so far, if he just didn't do none of them, yeah, if he just did none of them, how do you think the relationship would be with me and my baby? Yep. And what are them that I'm talking about? What if they never talked bad about me? What if the only thing they talked about was all the good stuff that I did? Right? Period. Yep. What if they didn't have an inappropriate relationship with her? Meaning that dad act like dad, he put his foot down, he was disciplined, he was stern. Grandma just act like a grandma. Fold up $5 and hand it to her every time you see her. Right? Slip it to her like you slipping or something. That's all you gotta do, grandma. Tell her about how your days was growing up. That's it. Right? What if grandma didn't say nothing bad about me? Grandma spoke highly of me as a mom. Right? Fix it, Jesus. What if they didn't have inappropriate conversations? Meaning every conversation they had was about everything that I was doing for the baby. Everything I was doing with my life. What if that was the only thing that they talked about? The radio show, the youth program, right? Fix it, Jesus. What if they didn't talk to the baby about parenting concerns? What if they didn't even have any? What if because the baby was doing so well and I was taking such good care of her, they didn't even have any parenting concerns, right? And they definitely didn't talk to her about it, right? What if dad included me on everything that he did with the baby, meaning that I was aware of everything that he did with her? Everywhere he took her, things that he did with her, I was included, I was invited. Finding you, I want to sneak up on you, you know? Yeah, what if he included me on everything that he did with the baby, right? What if he didn't keep me in the dark? He didn't keep any secrets from me, right? He didn't tell the baby to keep any secrets from me. Meaning when she got that little boyfriend, dad either scared him off or dad called me and let me know we got a problem. This little boy been sniffing around. She like him. I think they call themselves going together. Maybe you need to talk to her because I don't, you know. What if we had that type of conversation when it came up instead of her dating this little boy and been in a relationship for months and then I find out about it because it slipped out because somebody was talking, right? I'm just asking. What if that happened instead of how it did happen, right? And what if dad, he kept keeping me abreast. And then what if he made her feel comfortable about the living arrangement, same as I, right? Meaning now that we're separated, now that we're divorced, now that we're in separate households, every time she felt the way about packing up her things and going to the other parent's house, he would come in with a soothing little hug or something like, baby, I know. Me and your mama failed you, right? I'm sorry that we can't stay in the one house and stay together, and this is how it has to be. But just know we both love you, right? Is there anything that I can do to make you feel more comfortable? Is there anything that you might want that you have over mom's house that you can put over here to make you feel comfortable about coming over here on the weekends? What if he had that type of conversation with her every time instead of making her feel like, well, you ain't got to go back over there. You can stay right here. Yep. And I believe that's the same talk that his mama used to have for him every time we got into it. Every time we got into it and he would run back home to his mama and stay for those couple months and not help us out at the house. I believe instead of her praying with him and telling him the importance of going back home and being the man that he needs to be for his family, right? She probably was telling him, you can stay here. You ain't got to go back over there to her. All she doing is taking your money, right? Not that I'm his wife, right? Not that that's where he should be, right? No, here, you can stay here. I bet you that's the type of talk she probably used to have with him, right? But back to us. Yeah, what if dad didn't do none of that? How do you think me and my baby's relationship would be now, right? What if dad wasn't making a difference in the children? Right? Meaning that he wasn't talking bad about my kids. What if he wasn't calling my kids her stepbrother and her stepsister, desensitizing her, making it seem as if they're not her real siblings, they can just be discarded and thrown away? What if dad did not do that? If he did, I don't know if he did or not. I just know by her not being in their life, he had to have done something, right? Because they were so close, right? So the only thing I can think of is making a difference in the children, right? Making it seem as if she's better than them. Making it seem as if they're down here and she's up here, right? Making it seem as if she don't have to listen to them. She don't have to take orders from them. They're nobody to her, right? What if dad did not do that? How do you think the relationship would be between the kids? You think it'll still be tight like it was? Yeah, I think so. Because they was all on equal playing field, right? All of them had the same morals. All of them had the same values. All of them were taught the classes. So they were all more alike than not. They were all in my likeness. So it was things were expected of them. They were expected to graduate. They were expected to further their education. They were expected to do certain things, right? Fix it, Jesus, fix it. Yeah. I'm going to try to stick to script, guys. Yeah. Fix it, Jesus. So yeah, what if dad wasn't doing none of that, right? Wasn't downplaying those babies, because we did so much together, right? What if dad supported my business? Yeah, what if when she did go stay with him, he still encouraged her to work with the cleaning company because it was our way of getting out the hood, right? That was my way of creating generational wealth. Why wouldn't he encourage her to still do that? What if he would have encouraged her to, what if she didn't never leave and even go stay with dad? Let's back it up. What if her living arrangement stayed the same? She was going to her 11th grade at Cass Tech. We've been living how we've been living, period. Whether dad agreed, whether he was on board, whatever was going on, that baby was excelling and she was thriving, right? So I don't care if we was living in the back of somebody's garage. God damn it, we was doing good, right? So what if her living arrangement didn't have to change? She was able to remain in my care for these last couple of years, and I was still able to take her back and forth to school, take her back and forth to her practices, cook for her every night, and her still remain in place to work with us as a family, right? So what if she never did go over there? But if she did go over there, what stopped her from still doing the things that she was doing? Working with us, filming, cleaning, working with us, right? Fix it, Jesus, fix it. But what if dad supported the business? So whenever she didn't feel like cleaning, he gave her words of encouragement to let her know the reasons why mama started this business, right? What if dad did that? What if dad helped? Shit, what if dad got a couple cleaning contracts to help the business? We can always use an extra man. Yep. So what if dad did that? Right? Let's see. What if nobody talked to her about it being an option to be out my life? So whether they talked to her about emancipation or not, what if nobody threw it out there and made it seem as if she would be better off without a mother, or she didn't need a mother? What if nobody talked like that around her to make it even seem like it was an option? Right? What if instead they were saying you only get one mom? What if they were saying that you need to love and respect your mama? What if they were doing things like call and check on your mama when she was over there? What if they did things like that? How do you think our relationship would be? Right? What if nobody talked to her about CPS? Right? So instead, she's not trying to collect evidence when she's at my house. She's actually there to enjoy her childhood and love on her family. Right? But instead, she's looking for stuff so that she can help this dad get a CPS case open on me. Right? Why would you want to do that if she's not being abused or neglected? And you know that I deal with kids. I got a youth program. And why would you even want to do something like that? But what if dad didn't do none of that? Because we had a situation where he did. Right? Fix it. Jesus. I ain't get a case open. No. He tried to make it seem like he was doing me a favor by not reporting nothing. But wasn't nothing to report. Right? But it was a scare tactic. You know what I mean? Why though? Why we just couldn't share this baby like we've been sharing this baby? Why did dad have to have her all to himself? Right? Fix it. Jesus, that inappropriate relationship. Right? And what if dad gave me credit for the things that I did? Yep. Instead of demonizing and making it seem like I did nothing. What if actually when people walked up on him and asked him how I was doing, he ran down my resume as if I'm doing it all. Right? Well, you know she got that radio show. You know she got that youth program. You know she over there knocking down walls. People be letting her play in their house. You know? What if he just was open and just honest about the life that I was living instead of making it seem like I ain't doing nothing? I don't know what she into. That's not the response that you have for your baby mama, your baby daddy. So what if he didn't do that? Because I'm quite sure he possibly did it in front of people and in front of that baby. Downplayed me in front of that baby. How? Because a friend of mine seen her at work one day. Yeah, because he got her a job immediately after, so she couldn't work with me. And asked how I was doing, and she said, oh, my dad is fine. Did not even acknowledge me. Right? Why would she not acknowledge me? Oh, my God, the hurt. Oh, my God. Facebook, oh, it's back on. It looked like it was slowing up. Is it good, Cynthia? Am I breaking up? Let me know, and I'll restart it on Facebook. Yeah, so what if dad just didn't do those things? You think we would have had a better relationship now, me and my baby? Yeah, you think she'd be in my life still? Yeah, I can almost guarantee she would. Yeah, because I love being a mom. Yeah, I love being a mom. Let's see. So let's just take a little journey to what if she wasn't removed? What if she stayed with us the whole time? Yeah, what if she stayed with us the whole time? What if we were still together and being able to work together? What if we were able to finish the trailer that we was filming for the book? I know. We only had like 4 scenes left. What if we was able to finish that trailer? Yeah. You think that book would have went to the bestsellers list? I do. Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. We probably would have been working on a movie right now. Yeah. Fix it, Jesus. Fix it. Fix it. What if the children were still working with me? Yep, I got 6 contracts on my own. What if all of us had our own contracts? 6 or more. Oh, yeah. And then what if the children used the profit from those contracts that they have and invested in their own business? Yep. I'm quite sure my son will have his food truck by now. I'm quite sure of that. I'm quite sure I'll be working with him on the truck. I'm actually going to work with him tonight. Yep, he doing an event tonight. Yeah, big catering job. I'm so proud of my baby. Yeah, I'm proud of all my babies. All of them doing something tonight. Yeah, let's just say that. All of them, even the baby. Everybody doing something tonight. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to be helping him with his event tonight. Yeah. Fix it, Jesus. Yeah. So, what if they be doing? I'm quite sure my little brother would have his garage by now. Yeah, he probably would have a garage, probably have a lot of landscaping equipment. We would probably be working with him. Yeah, he'll probably use his money to invest in his business. Yep, I'm quite sure the girls would have had a boutique going on, right? we all would have still been modeling. I'm quite sure we would have been in somebody's magazine. Oh, the oldest got an event tonight. She's going to be modeling tonight at the Spirit of Detroit Gala. I know. I am such a happy parent right now, right? I am such a happy parent. Fix it, Jesus, fix it. So yeah, but yeah, if she was still able to work with us, imagine the youth program. Oh my God. The youth program will probably be in Chicago right now. We'll probably be in Ohio right now. Yeah, because you got to think about it. The children were extensions of me. So if I'm doing presentations, I can be in 5 places at one time, right? So we definitely would have been able to expand that youth program. Yeah. We will be having events and fundraisers all the time. I'm quite sure of that if the baby was still in our life, right? Yeah, we wouldn't have to do nothing alone. Yeah, everything would be done together. Yeah, but losing that baby, it broke the team up. So just the struggles of everybody separating and doing their own thing and being alone. But everybody's moving. Yeah, we're still moving. So I don't want you to feel sorry for us. Yeah, if anything, I just want you to learn from these videos and don't make the same mistakes that we did. Right? So in 2017, we were doing good. We were working well. So just imagine if we were still continuing from 2017 and doing what we were doing. Yeah, there is no way that we wouldn't have been where I just told you we were, right? Or would have been, right? So, yeah, I just hope you learned something. I hope you have a better co-parenting relationship with your baby mama and your baby daddy. I hope y'all figure it out. I hope y'all find a rapport. I hope y'all get along, right? I hope y'all are actually friends after the breakup, right? Yeah. So if you don't have any of those issues with your baby mama and your baby daddy, so you can't relate to these videos in the morning, maybe you can take from it, take something else. Take how to be wealthy. Yeah, you can be wealthy just by listening to my videos. I just gave you a breakdown of how we would have been wealthy, right? So just imagine that. Imagine putting in the work, right? Oh yeah, imagine putting in the work, because we were on the ground floor in 2017, right? Oh yeah, it wasn't just gonna happen overnight. Yep. So yeah, that's it. Fix it, Jesus. Fix it. Fix it. Are you staying safe? Yeah. Not trying to scare you. Don't want you to live a life of fear. No. Do want you to be vigilant and do want you to think in these times, right? Travel. Be safe. Yep. I wouldn't be too quick to fly right now, right? I wouldn't. I just wouldn't. If you must go somewhere, drive, right? Or you have some control over how you get to where you're going, right? Not much, but some, right? I wouldn't go to Mexico right now. I just wouldn't, right? If you're an American citizen, you live here, I just wouldn't go there right now. It's a lot of upset, uproar over there. You might get there, but you might not get back. Again, not trying to scare you, just want you to be safe right now. We are in some turbulence times. Yeah, I'm in Detroit, and yesterday we had an incident in Bloomfield Hills, right? We had an attack. Somebody actually ran their truck into a place of worship, right? Fix it. Jesus. They ran it through the front entrance of the temple. Yeah. 41-year-old Yemen Mohammed Ghazali, unalive, yep, from the incident. Prayers to his family. You know, unfortunately, I hate he did what he did, but that is a life loss, you know. People were hospitalized. 30 first responders were treated, right? Sad. Yeah, right here. I'm not far from there, right? Fix it, Jesus, fix it. So just stay vigilant. Keep your head on the swivel. That's all. Just be aware of your surroundings. That's all. Something don't sound right, don't look right, don't stay, right? So that's it. Y'all have a good day. I got a lot to do. I'm going to come back on tonight. Yeah, because tonight is going down. Everything is going down. Everybody got something going on tonight, right? I'm in such a happy place today, right now, at this very moment. Okay, Brandon. I just finished talking conversation. How much is an Uber to get to the house? Oh, you got, okay, I'll be there. Okay, I'm on my way. Okay, so you need me to bring you back to Kennedy's house? You need to come home and then come back to Kennedy's house and get the stuff, and then we drive together down to the event?